Today, the world is facing a grave issue: plastic pollution. And its severity is steadily increasing. Just take a moment to think about it. How many plastic products ang kak? Bu plastic kalang nangyayari at killer ni kadarang farkandeas. The pervasive and long-term effects of plastic waste on the environment and wildlife cannot be ignored. Let's begin with the impact of plastics on the environment. Once used and discarded, plastic products typically persist in nature for thousands of years. Plastics do not biodegrade. Instead, they break down into microplastics. These microplastics spread into water sources, soils, and oceans. In the oceans, massive plastic islands form, and marine life is exposed to these plastics. The impact of plastic waste on marine organisms is staggering. Fish, turtles, seabirds, and many other marine creatures inadvertently ingest plastics while feeding. These plastics cause blockages in their digestive systems, internal organ damage, and ultimately death. Additionally, when marine organisms come into contact with plastic particles, they can absorb the toxic substances present in these particles. This accumulation of toxic substances throughout the food chain can eventually harm human health. Plastic pollution poses a serious threat with its widespread and long-term effects on the environment and living organisms. Moreover, plastic waste has significant effects on terrestrial ecosystems as well. As plastics slowly degrade in nature, they can contaminate soils and negatively impact plant growth. Plastic pollution in agricultural areas can reduce productivity and harm plant health. Furthermore, the chemicals released as plastics degrade in the environment can pollute groundwater sources and disrupt ecosystem balance. Plastic islands are forming in our oceans, and marine creatures such as fish, turtles, and seabirds are struggling to cope with these plastics. Many marine organisms mistakenly ingest plastics while feeding, leading to blockages in their digestive systems and eventual death. Plastic particles contain toxic substances that threaten the health of marine life and can ultimately enter the human food chain. The toxic substances released by plastics are endangering plant and animal life, disrupting the balance of ecosystems. With the increasing use of plastics, the spread of plastic waste in our environment is rapidly escalating. Single-use plastics, packaging materials, and bags, in particular, have become major sources of plastic waste that can persist in the environment for centuries without degrading. It's time to take effective action against plastic pollution. In this video, I provided information on different strategies and sustainable alternatives to reduce plastic usage. Let's take steps to combat plastic pollution and protect our future. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like